So here's some quick tips for a good pitch. Half the time, twice the benefit. Okay, so try to pitch your idea in a really short amount of time and save time, keep time for questions. Adapt to your audience and stay calm. So when you're going to be in front of investors or potential partners, people are trying to kill your idea, right? Because they want to have the comfort that you know what you're talking about, but they want also to figure out if it's a good idea or not. So it's normal that they're going to try to challenge you and ask, a certain set of questions that might, augment a little bit your blood pressure as you are in that meeting. So stay calm. People are not there to get you. They're there to understand your idea. So adapt to your audience. Try to ask questions. Even start with questions. What is it you want to know about my idea in particular? So you can adapt while you go through the pitch and you don't overload them with information they don't need. Use the 3 key points rule. So science says that people can only remember 3 key points. So make sure that basically you use that 3 key points. So that means on each slide try to have 3 key major points. One good practice also is on your pitch presentation at the bottom of the slide, put a key takeaway on each slide. That's also an easy way for people to remember what they have to do. So master your idea. Be there to learn every time you pitch. You're there to obtain feedback. You're pitching for the benefit of the audience, but then the audience questions is for your benefit, for your learning, for you to improve basically your pitch for the next time. Here's a little picture from a guy who was pitching his idea at the Spark event at Harvard in front of an audience about I would say 100, 150 people, and a few judges there. And he pitched his idea. The competition, was there to give him a bit of funding, and that's how it's done typically. You would pitch in such an environment. So be ready to speak in front of people, or designate a team member in your team that's willing, to talk in front of and can talk in front of a lot of people. So let's look at the Airbnb pitch presentation. So let me try to open it right now from here. Let's see how this is going to work out. So 1 second. So I'm going on slide share. Okay, so perfect. There, you should see it in a minute. Perfect. So that's a slide share. It's available online. So if you need to reference to it, don't hesitate. So here, let me put it in big right here. Okay, so that's the Airbnb pitch presentation that you can find online. So here, the first slide that we talked about. So Airbnb, Air bed and breakfast, book rooms with local rather than hotels. So it's a great pitch presentation because you're going to see how simple it is. Problem. So the 3 key bullet point rule that they have, is really a good practice. So price is an important concern for customers booking travel online. Hotels leave you disconnected from the city and its culture, and no easy way exists to book a room with a local or become a host. So that's the 3 problems that they have identified and that they want to resolve. The solution: a web platform where users can rent out their space to host travelers to save money when traveling, make money when hosting, and share culture, local connection to the city. So this, for someone who also understands a bit, the different evolutions in the market, when you see this, it makes a lot of sense. Why? Because the middle and the lower classes are sort of shrinking, or the lower classes are getting bigger, and the middle class is also getting slightly bigger, I believe. So you have more and more people looking to make money. So the sharing economy, right? So make money when hosting, perfect. The same audience wants to travel and everything, but they need to save money, right? So save money, make money, perfect in the era we're in. And then share culture. Well, millennials, Generation Z, they're very social. They love, connections, communities, friends, socializing. So there, all of a sudden, you have a web platform that responds to a social, time, basically, where it could be a good fit. And it has been since Airbnb is very successful, right? So market validation, very simple. So here they provide 2 stats, 630,000 on temporary housing site like couch surfing. So there's a demand for basically trying to make money with putting your house or a room online. There is demand. There's 630,000 posts on this on couch surfing, and then also 17,000 temporary housing listing on San Francisco and NYC Craigslist from the period they mentioned here. So there is market traction. It already exists, and they want to make it easier and everything, and more social. So here, the slide here is market size. So now they talk about $1.9 billion, 1.9 billion of numbers of trips booked worldwide. So that's the total available market. 532 million budget and online trip. So that's the serviceable available market. And then they say that's how much they want to go into as they launch. 10.6 million with trips with bed and breakfast, and that's the market share they want to go after. So good numbers, right? Here the product, they stayed very simple: search by city, review the listing, book it, right? They could have created a 20-page slide presentation and even a 1,000-page document, that explain how Airbnb and the Airbnb app works. But no, they created 3 little, steps, 3 pictures to illustrate what they're doing. Very simple, easy to use. If it's difficult to explain, there's a high chance that it's not going to be easy to use. So here they show, you can search, you have a map, you have a picture, and then, you can contact the people and make the reservation. So super neat, super quick, super crisp. The business model, we take a 10% commission on each transaction. So they explain, that they're gonna make a commission on the available share of market that they wanted to go after, the 10.6 million trips with Airbnb. The average fee, is $20. So, and the way they're thinking of this is $70 per night for 3 nights, and you add their commission fee, and it's about $20. And then the revenue is $200 million from 2008 to 2011. So, very interesting idea right here. A fit with today's era. The numbers make sense. The solutions seem easy. Okay, let's fund that idea, right? So then market adoption. So now how are they going to go about, going to the market and getting there? So events. They're going to start with events, target cities where there's major events like the Oktoberfest, with 6 million people, Cebit or Summerfest or Eurocup, Mardi Gras, where there's hundreds of thousands of people that are looking for hotels in certain cities, where often the hotels are overpacked, where people are looking for lodging at a cheap and affordable price. So now all of a sudden they provide that opportunities to locals to sell their housing, or to rent their housing, their rooms and everything, in a period where there's a high demand, high need. All those people travel from all around the world, so they book those places. They go back home, and then they basically talk about how Airbnb was amazing, and then it spreads the word, right? So very smart approach. Then also partnership with Go Loco, Kayak, Orbit. So where they set a partnership where they don't completely disrupt them. So basically they partner instead of disrupting them, and those Go Loco, Kayak, Orbits make money for every Airbnb room sold. Pretty interesting, pretty amazing. And then Craigslist, the dual posting feature. So putting Airbnb and posting it on Craigslist as well. So good, makes sense. Market adoption, love it, like it. Let's move on. On the competition slide, a very smart way here of showing how they position themselves in the marketplace. So they show on the left offline transaction, online transaction, expensive at the bottom, affordable on the bottom. So let's start with the expensive. So offline transaction, VRBO, what is this? It's petitb.com, hotels.com. Okay, that's offline, online, but expensive. That's not where they play. Where they play is affordable. They play, is it like Craigslist? No, Craigslist is mostly offline, right? You have to phone, you have to send an email, all this stuff. It's not automated. And same for couch surfing and bedandbreakfast.com. Hotels.com, they are online, but they do hostels. So every hostel everywhere And then Airbnb, they're like more affordable than hostel.com, more automated, so they're basically in a leadership spot. And it's easy to understand, it's easy to comprehend what they're trying to do and how they're positioning themselves. Here, competitive advantage, first to market, host incentive. So if you give your house or you rent your house, you're gonna make money. You list only once, it's easy to use, the profiles, and allows people to connect, make sure they know with who they're gonna at which house they're gonna sleep with, who's gonna be there, etc. And then a cool design, brand, colorful and everything, specifically for millennials. So that's it. So that was basically the Airbnb pitch presentation. Really cool, and it was provided by basically let's source them here, Pitch Deck Coach, and you can download some templates over there, and that's it. So really cool thing here, and I hope you find this helpful. And you need to build a pitch presentation also for your company, and feel free to contact us if needed.